I should actually be nice to y'all and share some economic tips for what's happening right now with the Trump tariff thing. A responsible investor um, always has. I mean, depending on. All right, so a responsible investor, it doesn't matter the situation. A responsible investor always um, has the majority of the investment in already in the direction that the investor wants to move. There's the money that's being played with, and so I mean, really depending on where the money is invested. I mean, like really, this is just a broad spectrum. Make this year to buy a new vehicle. If a person was waiting until next year to buy a new vehicle, um, wait, or I mean, do it this year before the tariffs get crazy and all that crazy crap. Pardon me, heartburn. Um, boneless hot wings. The cryptocurrency that's going to be fluctuating, and that's something to play with. Um, uh, like Bitcoin, for instance, is just over 6,000. I even think it's like 6,200 or whatnot right now. So that I mean that's something that, when that goes up, get in, get out, and that's pretty much like the market right now is get in, get out, get in, get out, get in, get out, and a person should be able to pay attention to the gains. And essentially what's happening also right now is that the petroleum is going to go up tremendously. I mean, that's gonna. I definitely expect to see freaking. You know, it $5 is pretty crazy. I mean, I guess maybe in certain areas, so we'll get to that point. Um, but I definitely see that potentially on the rise. I mean, what's happening right now is a change in currency, or possibly a one world currency, possibly something to go against the petrodollar, which is the petro yuan, which is the hopefully I'm saying that right, and that's the Chinese petrodollar, and it goes in the BRICS and BRICS Bank, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Yes, South Africa. And so with this, instead of going from one World Bank, it's basically a division of the two, and we see a lot of these tensions going on right now. China just backed Russia in Syria, whatnot. There's a lot of postures, a lot of military postures taking place right now, and that's scary money that's being spent in the defense budget and all that crap. What it comes down to is it's time for surplus. A person needs to. I mean, I can't really tell a person. I mean, like this should be in a person's contingency plan for their investments. Um, how to surplus, how to wait out the storm and whatnot, because that's basically what's going to happen. And honestly, what's different about this time, well, I shouldn't say honestly, in my humble opinion, just based on some of the things I know, and I'm a little bit early, but I'm pretty right about things. And what I see is that, and I've said this countless times, Trump is the master of bankruptcy. he's the master of getting other people to bankrupt themselves. And what he's doing is waging a financial war with the rest of the world. Excuse me, because and using our credit rating, which is AAA, which I'm not even too certain, what some of this crap even means. I would just say it's, due to our military power and stuff of that nature. But what Trump is doing is he's trying to get the rest of the world to bankrupt itself before America bankrupts. And, if America bankrupts beforehand, then we got our military spending right account for or whatever else. If there's a global reset of the currency or whatever else. And if we bankrupt the rest of the world, then all of a sudden we got, people with a gun in the head again. And that's what's scary about the whole thing. And that's what I was worried about with Trump in itself is the corporate fascism and the crony capitalism. And people, will say, the stuff about the National Guard and, how he's deploying troops, to the border and whatnot. And, other presidents have done that, before. And what I think that Trump is doing, he's just going through the motions so he understands the processes behind the behind that order and whatnot. Because of I can never say it right, posse comitatus or whatever else. And right on, my buddy. But so there should be no military occupation with the United States. And the thing is that I strongly believe that there should be military occupying the United States. However, it should be confined to the global boundaries that have been established and whatnot, and that just like there's the right of way for the highways and utilities of that nature for our borders, I believe that the military should have occupation on those because it's. I mean, we need the training. We have the forces and whatnot. Why? And that's something we spend money towards. I can go into all that and stuff, but on a different note, a place to actually invest in is Bojangles and Dunkin' Donuts. They're doing pretty good, and they'll be going up on the rise in a nice midterm investment. The something else. Jeez, what was it? Someone tell me I was just thinking about that, but I get too many things going on up here. Yeah, I can't think of it. It was something kind of like just random like thinking about talking about Bojangles and freaking Dunkin' Donuts and stuff. But yeah, those are good. Because they're just kind of slowly growing. Seeing, they're popping up. A lot of around Tyrants and whatnot, and so the little niche things of that nature are good little midterm investments and stuff of that, like that. The short term, like I said, it's hit and run. You just gotta pay attention to certain trends, and so it really comes down to, you gotta understand cultural, like the culture a little bit, and like I said, to see the trends so you can get in, get out, It's an ADD nation and stuff, so people are into instant gratification, and fads are going really quick. Whereas back in the day, the slap bracelets, I mean, they lasted, a strong 6 months. Nowadays, that's, I mean, well, look at the fidget spinners, for instance. Yeah, like that, pretty much same concept. Um, the long term investments, um, I mean, it's really the tech companies. That's what's you got to be careful of and everything, because um, they're holding a lot of information, and they're being scrutinized heavily. So no, I would be careful of them. Um, Really, and the thing is, like Wegmans and a lot of those, like Whole Foods and stuff. That was a grocery trend and stuff. And the thing is that the economy it's a niche grocery store. Basically it's the haves, and then we got Publix coming up around the corner. That's for the have-nots, and those are up and coming. Um, MAAA. I mean, don't really want to promote my apartment complex and everything of that nature, or the corporation. Uh, Too much, because I don't really believe in these apartments. However, they're a pretty strong apartment constituent, or real estate constituent, and you know, and that's what's really on the rise, is a lot of rental property and whatnot. So that's something to think about. Uh, yeah, so looking into construction supplies, that's the thing too. Pay attention to new technologies in construction. Uh, I mean, because really, I mean, it's only a matter of time before 3D printing becomes the thing, and that's the thing. I don't know anything off the top of my head, about a organization that's doing 3D printing, of buildings on a regular and stuff. But keep that, in mind, because that's really the next point of, construction, real estate construction. I mean, even commercial construction. I mean, probably more real estate or commercial construction, because commercial, I mean, is essentially more blocks where the because you got like a square rectangular building, whereas a house there's triangles and such. So not saying it can be done, and there might be new techniques and stuff that being developed. Um, so yeah, I mean, hopefully that kind of painted a little bit of a picture for you, and just kind of did this off the my cuff as well. Um, Been going, I'm on a neurotic tangent right now. I've been up for friggin' like 2 days, and no. Well, I can't say I didn't use any drugs. I mean, well, drugs is a hard word for alcohol, marijuana, but yeah, being up for 2 days doing downers, maybe there's something wrong with it. Maybe that's why people think I'm crazy. But yeah, other than that, yeah, um, I'll keep you informed. And the thing with like precious metals and stuff, there's the only like copper that pretty much has a real value because of its industrial purposes. Um, and silver, it has that precious value. I mean, they're all precious metals and stuff, but the thing is, like, due to its rarity and stuff, um, silver. Just pay attention to the industrial value of precious metals, because there's a lot of fake gold out there, and I'm not too certain what it's at. I should have actually looked it up. But the thing is that gold, it's going to be shooting up because, well, there's volatility in the dollar and everything of that nature, and that just, one goes up while the other goes down. So gold is going to be shooting up, and that's one of those things that you get in, get out. Right now, well, I mean, really, a person should have got in back when Trump got elected, because we've already seen this stuff and whatnot, and you know, but that's going to be shooting up, and once it shoots up, that's when they sell it, because it's not going to stay there for long. The powers that be don't want it to be strong, just like cryptocurrency. The thing is, with cryptocurrency, is that it's an experiment, and just take it as that. Not saying that there's no value. I mean, it's all faith based. It's all religion. Hopefully, all right. I know I've said this countless times, but I'll say it, again. And I mean, really, people should be paying me for their shit. 3 things that drive an economy: sports, pornography, and video games. And what they all have in common is male disposable income. Take care, be safe, be kind, stay strong, and follow those trends.